Hello, and welcome back to your Mental Journey Guide. Today, we're diving into something that could completely transform your habits and make them easy. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly maintain multiple healthy habits while others struggle with just one? The secret isn't willpower or discipline, it's something called keystone habits. Today, I'll first walk you through the fascinating science behind these powerful habits. Then, in the second half of our episode, I'll show you exactly how to identify and build your own keystone habits. So, grab a comfortable seat and let's explore how one simple change can create a beautiful ripple effect throughout your entire life in the direction you want, of course. Imagine dropping a pebble into a still pond. That single pebble creates ripples that spread far beyond where it first touched the water. Keystone habits work exactly the same way in your life. A keystone habit is a behavior that naturally and automatically triggers other positive behaviors. It's not about forcing yourself to change everything at once. Instead, it's about finding that one habit that acts as a catalyst for transformation. These habits influence three key areas of your life. First, they affect your behavior in completely unrelated areas. Second, they shape how you see yourself and your identity. And third, they change how you make decisions, especially in unexpected situations. Now, let me share some powerful examples to help you understand this concept, and more importantly, why these transformations actually happen. Take daily exercise. When people start working out regularly, something magical happens. They don't just get physically stronger, they start eating healthier without consciously trying. Their sleep improves, their focus at work sharpens, their confidence grows, all from that one decision to move their body every day. But why does this happen? Exercise releases endorphins and reduces stress hormones, which naturally improves your mood and decision-making capacity. When you feel better physically, you're more likely to make choices that support that feeling. Your brain starts associating "I'm someone who takes care of myself" with all your daily decisions. The physical act of exercise literally rewires your brain to prioritize well-being. Here's another beautiful example: family meals. When families commit to eating together regularly, communication improves naturally. Conflicts decrease. Children perform better at school. The emotional connection deepens. One simple habit creates a stronger, more connected family unit. The reason this works is because shared meals create a predictable, safe space for connection. Without screens or distractions, family members actually see and hear each other. This consistent bonding time builds trust and understanding, which naturally spills over into how family members interact throughout the day. Another strong key habit is keeping a food journal. People who track what they eat become more aware of their choices. This awareness naturally leads to healthier decisions, even when they're not actively trying to change their diet. They start seeing themselves as someone who makes conscious food choices. The power here lies in awareness itself. When you write something down, you're forced to pause and actually notice your behavior. This moment of mindfulness breaks automatic patterns and creates space for intentional choices. Your brain begins to anticipate this awareness, which influences your decisions even before you write anything down. Or think about setting a daily intention each morning. When you begin your day with a clear, achievable focus, you become more purposeful in your actions. Your satisfaction at day's end increases. You feel more in control of your life's direction. But make sure this focus doesn't feel like something you have to do. See it more as a direction you want to go in. It's not a strict goal that causes stress or pressure, but just a simple focus that feels doable. Now, let's explore how these habits actually work in your brain. Understanding this mechanism will help you design your own keystone habits more effectively. Every habit follows a simple three-step pattern called the habit loop. First, there's the cue. This is your trigger signal. It could be a specific time, like 7 in the morning. It might be an emotion, like feeling anxious, or it could be a location, like walking into your kitchen. Next comes the routine. This is the actual behavior you perform. You might go for a walk, open your journal, or take 3 deep breaths. Finally, there's the reward. This is what you gain from the action. And here's something important to understand. The reward doesn't have to be material. In fact, the most powerful rewards are feelings. You might feel proud, calm, energized, or simply more in control. Material rewards are really just things we want because of how they make us feel. A feeling-based reward is actually much more powerful than any material reward. Your brain is incredibly smart. It starts connecting the cue directly to the reward. The more this happens, the more automatic your routine becomes. Eventually, you don't even have to think about it. These habits are transformative for 4 key reasons, and understanding these will help you harness their power. First, they shift your identity. You move from saying, "I'm trying to be healthier," to "I'm someone who takes care of themselves." This identity shift is profound and lasting because it changes how you see yourself at your core. Second, they create consistency. Even on difficult days, when you follow your keystone habit, you maintain that sense of control and progress. This consistency builds resilience and creates a foundation you can always return to. Third, they trigger chain reactions. One positive action can lead to 5 other behaviors without you having to consciously manage them all. It's like having a personal assistant for your well-being. Fourth, they strengthen your willpower. Think of willpower like a muscle. The more you exercise it with small, consistent actions, the stronger it becomes for bigger challenges. Let me tell you about Iris, a freelance graphic designer who felt overwhelmed by her chaotic schedule and inconsistent income. She decided to try one simple keystone habit, making her bed every morning. At first, it seemed too simple to matter, but something beautiful started happening. Making her bed gave her a sense of accomplishment before her day even began. This small victory motivated her to keep her workspace organized. An organized workspace led to clearer thinking. Clearer thinking improved her creativity and productivity. Better productivity gave her more consistent client work and more time for self-care. Within 3 months, Iris had transformed multiple areas of her life. Not through overwhelming effort, but through one simple, consistent action that honored her need for order and control in an otherwise unpredictable creative career. Or consider Bernhard, a father of 2 who struggled with stress and felt disconnected from his family. His keystone habit became a 10-minute evening walk around the block. This walk became his transition from work mode to family mode. The fresh air cleared his mind. The physical movement released tension. When he returned home, he was more present with his children. His improved mood positively affected the entire family dynamic. His wife noticed the change, which strengthened their relationship too. One 10-minute walk created ripples of connection throughout his entire family system. Now, let's talk about how you can discover and build your own keystone habits. This is where the magic happens for you personally. Start by asking yourself these reflective questions. Which habit, when you do it, automatically makes other parts of your life better? Maybe when you meditate, you find yourself more patient with others. Or when you read before bed, you sleep better and wake up more focused. What's one habit that makes you feel genuinely proud when you complete it? This pride is a signal that this behavior aligns with your values and identity. Think about your best days. What do you always do on days when you feel most like yourself? This pattern reveals your natural keystone behaviors. Remember, there's no universal keystone habit. What works for Iris or Bernhard might not work for you, and that's perfectly okay. Your keystone habit should feel authentic to who you are and who you want to become. Of course, there are certain habits that work well for many people, but ultimately you need to adapt them to your own life and discover what works for you. Once you've identified a potential keystone habit, here's how to build it sustainably. First, choose just one. I know it's tempting to revolutionize everything at once, but that approach often leads to burnout. Pick one habit that feels both meaningful and manageable. Next, design your cue. Make it impossible to ignore. If you want to exercise, put your workout clothes next to your bed. If you want to journal, place your notebook on your pillow. If you want to drink more water, put a filled water bottle on your nightstand. If you want to practice gratitude, attach it to your morning coffee ritual by placing a small notebook next to your coffee maker. Connect your new habit to something you already do consistently. Then, make the reward conscious and immediate. After completing your habit, pause for a moment. Notice how you feel. Acknowledge your accomplishment. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being present with the positive feelings your action creates. Finally, commit to repetition without demanding perfection. Research shows it takes about 30 to 60 days for a behavior to become automatic. Focus on showing up consistently rather than performing perfectly. As you build these habits, please remember to approach yourself with compassion. This isn't about creating rigid rules or additional pressure in your life. These habits are tools to support your well-being, not sources of stress. If you miss a day, that's completely normal and human. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to a good friend. Be kind, be understanding, and simply return to your routine as soon as you're ready. Your keystone habits should feel supportive, not demanding. They should add ease to your life, not complexity. When you approach them with this gentle, compassionate mindset, they become sustainable and genuinely helpful. Focus on systems, not just outcomes. Instead of saying, "I want to lose weight," say, "I want to be someone who moves my body daily." This process-focused approach creates lasting change. Don't underestimate the power of small rewards. Take a moment to appreciate your progress. Give yourself permission to feel proud. These emotional rewards fuel your motivation for tomorrow. You've just learned about one of the most powerful tools for personal transformation. Keystone habits aren't about perfection or overwhelming change. They're about finding that one meaningful action that naturally creates positive ripples throughout your life. Remember, you don't need to transform everything at once. You just need to find your one keystone habit and nurture it with consistency and compassion. Whether it's morning movement, evening reflection, or mindful eating, your keystone habit will become the foundation for the life you want to create. You have everything you need to start this journey. Trust yourself. Be patient with the process, and celebrate every small step forward. In our next episode, you'll discover how to break down any habit into tiny, manageable pieces that your brain can't resist. We'll explore why and how this can lead to profound transformations, and, of course, how you can use it. It's the perfect complement to what we've learned today about keystone habits. If today's episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to share it with someone who might benefit from this message. And don't forget to follow Your Mental Journey Guide for more insights that support your personal growth. Thank you for joining me today, and see you in the next episode.